Welcome to my kitchen, Cooking with Sally J. I'm making this video the same day as I'm doing the pumpkin crunch cake because it's a holiday and I thought I have no kids, why not? I have 101 other things that I need to be doing, but I figured I'd show you what I'm cooking. So today, along with we're going to have grilled chicken, which I've already done a video on that, a camping video, so you can see that. But I didn't show you how to do the potato. These are potato people. So we're gonna make kind of like a home fry thing, but I would typically we chop these up and I do the same thing, but we wrap them in tin foil and do it on the grill. But I find this is much quicker and I get the crispiness that I want on my potato. So first I'm gonna cut up. You guys are gonna roll your eyes, but if you're gonna have this, you're gonna have it. If you're choosing to eat it this way. I'm healthy, okay? It's probably not gonna be the healthiest, but I'm gonna use, for what I'm doing here, about 1.5 sticks of margarine. Because that's the secret to the awesome taste. So, alright, so I'm going to chop that in. My cupboard is not level. So, but that don't really matter. So then I'm going to take an onion. We're going to chop it up. But I am going to show you my chopper. I'm going to unplug that right now because I don't want it to get too hot until I'm ready for it to get too hot. Alright, so you can take a chopper like this. It does make it a little quicker. It just depends on my mood and what I have with me at the time. You don't want them to be too... I like knocking stuff down. You don't want them to be too... chopped. You know, you want them to be a little chunky. If you don't like onion, then skip this part. But onion adds flavor. Got a big onion in there. You can have as much as you want. I figured one large one is enough for this crew today. And then I am using red potato. I had 3 left and I just didn't want them sitting on the cupboard anymore. And I would use these typically, but this is all I had left, so that's why we're gonna use some white too. And then you're just gonna, I cut it in half, and then I did 4 slits, and then I just, you know, they're about 1 inch cube. You don't want them real thin, but you don't want them real thick either. So, about 1 inch is good. And then you might just want to go down through and half some of them again. I mean, if you already know how to cook, you're not a beginner, it's not rocket science. But if you're just learning to cook, because I remember how it felt, it's like, well, am I doing this right or am I doing that right? And I've just come to find that your technique, there's nothing right or wrong really about cooking. So, okay, I'll do a white potato. Same. I went down the middle of that one, and then I'll just make my cubes that way. So you just They don't have to be perfect and pretty. They just cube them. And then you're just going to pile them in your pan with your onion. My aunts want me to sing on my videos. So I'm sitting here thinking, to kill some time, maybe that's what I should do, is sing you a little song. Then you might not watch me anymore. Okay, so I've got the potatoes all chopped and in my pan. And I don't know if you can see my cart well enough, but I have cutting boards underneath my electric fry pan for the simple reason is it gets hot and it can melt surfaces. So that's why I put the cutting boards under it. The reason for the second cutting board is to level the pan up because my kitchen is not level. Alright, so potatoes are all cut and they're with 1.5 sticks of butter, but you know, there's a lot more potato in it than I first anticipated, so we're going to put the other half of the stick in. So I have 2 sticks in this. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Starting to melt on my hands. Okay, then I'm going to add some garlic salt instead of regular salt. The garlic will add a little flavor. And I just sprinkle it on. Sprinkle it to your liking. Or so your thing gets empty. And some pepper. Okay. And let's stir it. Keep watching the clock for the cake to come out. So. And every now and then I have it on 400. I am going to turn it to 350 in a little bit. But the reason it's so high, it'll take about an hour to get these cooked up, and dinner will be at 12. But I like it crunchy, but I will cook it back a little bit just so they don't burn. And after I get it stirred good and the butter all over it good, I will cover it. But every 10 or 15 minutes I'll be stirring it. Oh, I wanted to show you. So every 10 or 15 minutes I'll be stirring it to make sure it's doing okay. Okay? I also want to mention that the potatoes, you saw me cut them, I peeled them and washed them first. Make sure you wash your potatoes, because you never know what kind of spray was on them. Okay, so I decided to add corn on the cob to the mixture of stuff that I'm doing today. Looks like the camera's not even in the right direction. I guess you can see me fine. Okay, so I decided that as well as show you the potato thingy that I'm doing, I used some corn on the cob, which everybody's like, well, corn on the cob, that's easy to do. But you know, there's somebody out there that probably doesn't know how to shuck corn or cook it. I love my garbage can because it just it's like electronic. So shucking corn, I go from one thing to another. My garbage can, you walk by it, it just comes up. It's like magic. It's like bewitched. I wish I could twinkle my nose and everything would be that easy. But if you press on it, it'll stay open. I'm going to shuck the corn. I'm quite a ways away from the camera. You just start at the top and pull. And this is always a good laugh for my friends that watch me. Anyway, you don't want the shucking stuff all over the house. So you might have some spots that don't look so good, like right here on the tip, and there's a slice right here, and you would just take a knife that's not that one. you just take a knife in that area and just get rid of it. It's not hurting anything. And then I just would cut off that tip and be done with it. And I'll pick it up off the floor in a minute. But I want them to stretch, so I'm going to break them in half. Just break it in half easy like that. And that's all there is to shucking it. Now I got my water boiling, and I always put 2 tablespoons of sugar. Everybody's like, oh, I love your corn. What do you do to it? So this big honking spoon right here is 2 tablespoons. So I just do this 1 tablespoon of it, and I just sprinkle it in my water. Bring my water to a boil, and once the water's boiling, then I throw the corn in it and cook it for 15 minutes, and it's done. That's all there would be to cooking corn. It's Labor Day, right? So you're supposed to work. Well, I guess that one's not going to let go. These ones aren't too hairy. Usually they're pretty hairy, and I guess I'm going to have to sweep my floor before lunch. Okay, and I'm just going to sit there and let them wait until the water boils. Okay, the potatoes are just about done, and we're going to call them, I don't know why I'm having a brain freeze, but I'm having a brain freeze. It's not grilled, it's hash browns. We'll just call them hash browns with onion and potato. But you cook them up. You don't want them all being that crispy, but you do want most of them being that crispy. I've got a few minutes before lunch, so I'm just putting it down on low, and I kind of cut it, I kind of got it kitty cornered so that the air can come out without getting them real wet. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of Cooking with Sally J Homefries. If you like it, make sure you subscribe to my channel. The only purpose I'm telling you that is so that when I have other videos that come up that you might enjoy, it'll just pop right up and you'll know it. And like it. And then you can find the full recipe also on my Facebook page, Cooking with Sally J. And on that page, it would be fun if you make this stuff to go ahead and post it and say, I made it, I tried it, I liked it, I didn't like it. You'll also find the full video there. So I hope you have a really blessed day, and God bless you.